Oh man, the past two chapters of My Hero Academia. Yeah, and people be doubting the greatness of My Hero. People be like, is My Hero Academia really greatness? How, Sway? How can you doubt it when the past two chapters we getting this stuff? Like, yo, Endeavor, Dobby, the very last page of the latest chapter. Like, how can you doubt this, boy? How come on, stop it. So let's jump into it. Okay, for starters, I want to talk first more about the events of what's going on with Endeavor, the whole Dobby situation, Hawks, and all of that. Now, for starters, again, you got to give a little clap up to Endeavor, because at the end of the day, if a man does something wrong, and you know he was scum. Bottom line, he was absolutely scum. I looked at Endeavor up until this arc, to be honest with you, like, bro, you're garbage the way you treated your family. But contrary to what all those people that were wilding out, sending death threats and stuff to, you know, the author of My Hero Academia believe, there is redemption for somebody. Just because somebody made mistakes in their life, as horrible as it can be, there is still, as long as, you know, you ain't crossed the line, which I even think Endeavor crossed a lot of lines, to be honest with you, but it wasn't anything where, like, Endeavor was behind bars or some shit. There's always time, and there's still room to change and try and do better. You can't go back in the past and, you know, wipe away what's done is done, right? But you can still move forward into the future and say, yo, you know, I messed up, but I want to be better now. I want to be a better person. I want to be a better father. I just overall want to be better at life and treat the people that care about me and I care about in the way they should be treated. And I think Endeavor got lost in something that a lot of people can easily fall into when you're striving for something, right? Because we got to analyze Endeavor's character a little bit here. When you're striving for something, and Endeavor was striving for that #1 spot, like he was ludicrous in the #1 spot music video, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, he was going hard and he really wanted it and he got lost in it. It can happen to anybody. Like, freaking, it can happen to somebody going hard on YouTube when, you know, you loving the views and you loving trying to get to that spot. And Endeavor was really hardcore into that. He wanted to surpass All Might, have his offspring surpass All Might. And I think now everything is coming back to him. Now that, you know, all of his dream kind of came crashing down the moment All Might was no longer #1 and Endeavor was given the #1 spot in a very, very bad way that he didn't want, because All Might is out of commission now. Now everything is coming back to reality of, like, what have I done? So you get to see a little bit of that. But before, again, I'm trailing off here, let's talk about the aftermath of that battle, baby. Like, yo, seeing Endeavor with that gnarly scar, I'm just saying. And then, of course, Dobby showing up, which the fandom is going crazy right now. To be honest with you, I think at this point, I think Horikoshi is just playing with us. I truly think he's just playing with us. And, I mean, it could happen. It just seems a little obvious at this point regarding Dobby being the one child of Endeavor's that we don't really know. But we got a little bit of insight in the latest chapter when his son, is it Natsuno, something like that? When his son brought up what happened to Toya, when he said not to mention what happened to Toya, and then it was kind of left at that. So Horikoshi is either trolling really heavy to get the fandom like, yeah, it gotta be, because if you think about it at this point, because obviously Endeavor was right in front of Dobby, there wasn't no hey pops, there wasn't no hey son, there wasn't no oh my god or whatever. So if Dobby is indeed that final child, what I'm guessing could be, if he is, which at this point, again, it's starting to feel a little far-fetched, and at the end of the day, I'm really thinking, okay, if it is, I mean, shock value-wise, whoa, but what would that do for Endeavor's character when he's going through this incredible progression and development right now for this child to come back? What it could be is that Dobby, because look at Dobby, if you look at Dobby's design or whatever, he just doesn't look normal, right? He's all banged up or whatever. It could be that it was a horrible accident, something that, again, Endeavor could have prevented, or he himself had some hand in, and he's thought to be dead, this Toya kid, and then he came back, and, you know, whether it was his quirk or somebody, you know, the League of Villains, well, it couldn't be the League of Villains because he was already like that when he joined up with them, but somehow, some way, he was paired up, you know, repaired, and brought back to the point of what he is now on some Obito stuff. Again, I know, oh god, the Naruto references, stop it. Well, deal with it, because I brought it up, okay? Like, it could very well be that. and that's why he doesn't recognize him. It could be that, you know, Dabi has some memory loss, or he just doesn't even regard any of them as his family anymore. It could be that, but to be honest with you, I don't think Horikoshi is going to go that way. I think he's teasing the fandom, but I don't know. I'm having my doubts if he's going to actually go, because it kind of just seems really blatantly obvious, and the fandom keeps talking about it, so maybe he'll say, ah, yes, yeah, it could be, it might be. Nah, I'm just playing with you, bro, I'm trolling. So that very well could be the case as far as that situation goes. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm glad that Hawk's character went the way it did, because at first I was like, bro, it seems so obvious that he's just, you know, he's bad, he's evil, whatever. When we see him at first with the meetup with Dabi, I'm like, ah, you piece of garbage, what the fuck, you know what I'm saying? I'm bugging out in my chair. I'm like, yo, what, you piece of trash. When we find out that he's doing this double agent thing, that pretty much the Hero Association was like, bro, we want you to infiltrate the League of Villains, gain their trust, etc., etc. And that's how everything makes sense. Because to be honest with you, up until this point, I'm like, it doesn't make sense. How did this Nomu know exactly where they were, that they were going to be together exactly? All of that just, it seemed very, very fishy. Obviously, you've seen that Hawks had that little lie of like, yo, you know, they seen us in public or whatever. But at the end of the day, it just seemed very, very fishy. So to find out that he's doing this whole double agent thing, which I think that's going to be real risky. I could see Hawks taking a major, major L. But it also showcases the different paths that everybody wants to take. At the end of the day, Endeavor, he just wants to do the best that he can, try and showcase why he's #1, get the faith of the people back. You know, at the end of the day, a lot of people's morale is down, especially after what happened to All Might, and then seeing this, you know, there was some naysayers. There was a lot of naysayers like, yo, this is the #1 hero, like he was all bloody, he barely won, like All Might wouldn't have been like that back in the day, like I don't know. So to definitely see the different paths that people have, it is interesting. Of course, you got the villains, then you got somebody like, again, Endeavor, that he just wants to be the best that he can to protect the people. Then you got somebody like Hawks, that he's on a mission. He wants to rid the world, or the heroes for that matter, of having things to do. He wants to take the world to the point where heroes can just be like, damn, there's really no work to do. You know what I'm saying? There's just nothing to do because of everything he's trying to accomplish. So getting people's goals in perspective, nice little twist there. I like it. I mean, it's not the most original in the world. We've seen double agents plenty of times, but the way it's being handled, pretty nicely. It was interesting to see the distrust on both sides, which rightfully so. There should be distrust. You got Dabi that he was like, I don't know, I didn't know. Why would you send the #1 hero after this Nomu? And then Hawk saying, why would you send him at this time of day in the middle of the city? Like, what's going on? So seeing the distrust is very interesting. I think Dabi is still very, very suspicious. That's why he's like, I'm not bringing you around, you know, the boss. Like, you wildin'. We'll mess, but we gotta see or whatever. I think it's very dangerous. I feel like there's very subtle hints something bad might happen with Hawks. If they catch him or whatever, it's going to be a wrap. Don't get me wrong, he's formidable. There's a reason he's the #2 hero, aside from all the antics and politics that he played, but I could see something bad happening to Hawks being in that situation. And overall, all of that stuff, very, very interesting. It's cool to see as well, mangaka being very in tune with the times, seeing meme culture being a part of this. That caught my eye. I was like, whoa, we got memes in manga now. The fact that that one fan that was believing in Endeavor and was like, nah, you know, can't you see? And then he has the shirt and everything, meme culture in manga. 2018, baby, welcome to the future. You know what I'm saying? That was really cool to see as well, because it's starting. The Endeavor era is incoming right now. People believing in him. It takes a time, you know, that things are going to happen and not everybody's going to be on his side immediately, but you're starting to see, well, yo, he's pretty badass. It's a different era. This is not the pure All Might, you know, everything is right. This isn't the Superman era anymore, so to speak. You know, that was All Might's time, and it was a beautiful time. Everybody had faith and everything. Endeavor's time is this badass, very silent. He's kind of scary looking, but he's awesome. And he makes these incredible, crazy fights, but he takes down the villains in the end. So we're getting a different time period. And I think that that's something that Endeavor is slowly coming to understand, that it's my way. This is my version of being the #1 hero. He can't be All Might. Nobody can be All Might. Even Deku, when he gets to that point, he can't necessarily be All Might. You have to be the best hero you can be. It's just like any person for that matter. Like when people say in music, you know, I'm going to be the next this, I'm going to be the next that. No, you got to be the next you, the best you that you can be. So I think Endeavor's slowly folding into that role as well, getting the people to look at him in a different perspective. Again, meme culture coming through, but why not? Keep up with the times. And then the domestic situation, when we're gonna get more slice of life-esque type of situations, if it's stuff like that, I'm all for it. It's great content, very engaging, very interesting, exciting, entertaining, sad, all of the above. Seeing the Todoroki family in that house, the sister, Todoroki himself, and of course the brother, Natsuo, like just seeing them there and their interactions with Endeavor, because you got to think they're still gonna have their resentments. Like, yo, cool, you're the #1 hero, cool, you're trying to change things. That don't change the past. That don't change how you treated your children. That don't change the fact that that's my brother right there, okay? That's my brother, and I don't even know his favorite food because you didn't allow him to engage with us. You didn't allow him to be around us, look at us for that matter, because we were failures. So there's still clear resentment on a lot of people's parts, and that was definitely good the way it was displayed. It's like, it's not going to be all hunky-dory immediately, no way, especially when he brought up the fact of whatever happened to Toya. Like, of course, there's going to be a lot of resentments, you know, Todoroki scarred for life. That line, oh my god, that line, and you could see that it hurt Endeavor right there. Endeavor, he at the end of the day, the people that you love the most are the ones that are capable of hurting you the most. And at the end of the day, Endeavor, despite all of the anger and everything being lost in his ambition, he does care for his family, and we're starting to really see exactly how it's impacting him now that he's coming down from the high of trying hard to, you know, reach that goal and realizing, I really hurt my family. When Todoroki said, ooh, that's a nasty scar you got there, you saw it in Endeavor's face of like, I'm a piece of shit, I've done some horrible things. But again, Endeavor, the character development is all there. Really interesting way to do a redemption arc, so to speak, for this character, that he's done some horrible things. He's messed up. He's a man that has not lived completely righteous, but he's trying now. He's trying to do the right thing. He's trying to be there with his family. He's giving, you know, the effort. And I, at the very least, I respect that overall, that situation as well. Really, really good stuff. Honestly, I like that more even than the fight that I loved. And I love the fight a lot, but I like seeing when you get to the meat of these characters and who they truly are. You take the Endeavor superhero out and you just see the man, you know, take the fire, crazy ice powers of Todoroki. You see the kid, you see their interactions and stuff, and see who they truly are. It's very, very interesting. And again, I think there's still a long road for Endeavor to become that righteous person and for complete forgiveness, but definitely very nicely done. And then of course we get to the ending with Deku having this dream of the previous successors, his predecessors, that had One for All. That is so freaking interesting, because it seems we're gonna get the full backstory and everything of what happened between All for One and his brother. And his brother kind of looked a little bit like Shigaraki. That was kind of interesting. But seeing that little flash right there, seeing all of the previous holders of One for All. Oh, it reminded me of Hitman Reborn when we seen all of the previous Vongola bosses. That gave me that. Or even, you know, going to Avatar, seeing the previous Avatars. That really is exciting, getting more of the backstory of that. Overall, My Hero Academia, absolute fire. You can say whatever you want about My Hero Academia, but right now, this was absolute greatness. Really good character development. I can't stress enough, that is really good character development. Because you got to think, how do you write a character out of the hole that Endeavor, throughout almost the whole series, Endeavor has been a scumbag? How do you write him out of that? How do you make a man that realizes his faults, try and, you know, not justify anything he's done, admit what he's done was wrong, but continue on and try and be better, and try and one day make it so that, yeah, I messed up in the past, but my family forgives me, and all around just be a great hero, be the best that he can be. Really interesting stuff. I'm kind of curious about a lot of this stuff, of how you guys feel. For starters, do you think Hawks is going to take that RIP after, you know what I'm saying, he's playing a dangerous game right there? The League of Villains ain't nothing. They like Wu-Tang, League of Villains. Nah. You know, how do you feel? You think Hawks is going to take that L? Again, him doubling up. Do you think that was a good approach to go with that character? Or you just wanted him to be straight up, he's a traitor? Or, because we still have the traitor of UA that we really haven't pinpointed exactly what are they doing, what are their goals and all that. I mean, I guess their goals is to betray them, right? And take them down along, you know, help the League of Villains, right? Also, do you think that Endeavor is doing the right moves and making the right moves? Again, I can't stress, I think this is great character development. Also, you excited for the flashback, seeing all the predecessors of One for All, seeing the battle of All for One versus his bro and everything. That is super good. Like, My Hero Academia, absolute fuego right now. The overall thoughts and expectations for the upcoming chapters of My Hero Academia, it's crazy, boy. But that is all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, stalk my Facebook, follow me on Twitch. Twitch, and make sure to hit the bell to get all notifications. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day, and remember the golden rule: anime and manga for life, boy. Bow. Have an awesome day.
We make a major move, laugh and let the haters lose. We don't give a fuck, virginity intact, cream stack. Paper rules, if you heard it, best believe that. But now it's whatever, one day I'll be your favorite, but never.